Check, check, check. And that's why we're on Kick, because it just comes back. Okay. Always the same link on Kick, so that's why we like Kick. I have to log in again. So gay. Oh man, I got such a bad headache. I'm not sure why. It must be that it's fucking cold and my body's not used to it. That's ripping, eh? Is there any level we want to get out at? Let me log down the kind of profits we're at so far. Thursday. Friday. Should I buy something today? Celebrate? Well, yesterday I bought a milkshake. Let's say $10.
Don't forget to follow, guys. Big giveaway, as once stated.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do a giveaway. Let me pee first. I gotta pee 1 sec. And then, Great thing about being in the woods is I'm literally peeing next to the stream, man. And then I'll do a giveaway. Okay, easy. So easy to pee. Huge benefits. Definitely live out in the woods, boys. There's no point in giving up on this shit. I'm not gonna give up. There's no, like, we're winning. We're winning, first of all. I got only another month. The most difficult thing for the next month is gonna be the cold. Because technology does not do well in the cold, first of all. The camera started seizing up this morning. My fingers don't do very well in the cold, and my complaining doesn't do very well in the cold. Let's do a giveaway. Nice, look at that. I'm gonna close that one there. Okay, we closed out some of that already too. That would have been nice if that filled. It was like one tick below and I moved it up, but close that. Okay, plus cold to enter the giveaway. I couldn't imagine being in a better position right now. We're going to close that out too. NASDAQ at the top again. Nice little buy up there. If we gain... Where's the 2 hour close? 2 hour was a really nice close. If we see some gains, I might go in again. I'm not very good at letting runners go. I usually just sell the resistance, which seems to work pretty well because it gives you very high probability of of getting those singular trades good, right? If you have multiple positions, then sure, close out half and let the runner, right? But I'm not very good at that. I usually just get in and out. We're now sitting at 16% in 13 trading days. We technically started on the 2nd of September, so total days so far is 17 days at 16%. We're nearly hitting 1% a day. Which is like insanely good. Insanely good. Okay, let's spin that. Skin 855. Open up a ticket in the Maven Discord, bro. You want a 5K one step. And then just tag me. So yeah, fucking I guess that's the only other trade going is this guy shooting for new high. Right? It's the only other trade going. We could re-enter on a gain, but you know. And the other option too is we could try to, like, since we have, oh, we didn't even close that. We could shoot this. Let's see if we can hit the 200. Hit the 200. Come on, one more. We'll hit the 200 for today. Hopefully it goes with a couple more, eh? Couple more. 180. Yeah, it needs to be 193, I think, yeah. And then we could hit the 200 today, and then we'll have some nicer drawdown. Hopefully. Yeah, that gained. Should go for one more, considering that gain. One more push. Should be happy with that. I won't like it if they sell at the 800. It'd be funny. Bro, I'm absolutely freezing. My toes are cold too. I'm gonna have to start bringing thicker socks, thicker gloves. It's surprising to me, like, it's 9 a.m. and it's still freezing. I think it's supposed to rain this weekend. Weather. I gotta find a better place. I gotta find a better place that's not so humid and cold. Like, how is it? This doesn't make sense that it's... There's no way this is right. Courtney's not the right. No, it's not order fill. Thank you, though. Because it's about to...
Order filled.
There you go. $200 day. Yeah, yeah. Right on, bro.
Order filled.
We'll close that too. Halfway on the next challenge already. Look. Next challenge already. We're halfway. Right? We need 1,500 next week. And we're good. So somebody asked me yesterday, I think, how many days does it take me to pass the challenge? 3 or 4. Yeah. Right? I'll get another one, $1,000, then 500 or so. So the great thing about this method, let me record here. This is our next challenge already. We're already halfway. We're at $1,600 just under profit. And then on our Express, we just had another $200 a day. So now we are sitting at $1,200. Our personal account has $11,600 just about. And we got a good amount of cash that's going to last us for the whole next month. Most beautiful position we could be in. The great thing about the method, let's see if I can. The great thing about the method that we're using to trade here is the personal account, half of the profit is just coming from positional trades on stocks where we're just buying and holding. And then the other half of the profit is coming from very safe entries on massive pullbacks within the trend, right? Then on the prop firm account, if I want to do any discretionary higher risk, making money. Why does it do it, bro? Why does it do it like that? What an insane amount of money to ask for, $10,000. I'm living off of 1,000, man. I don't have $10,000. Check.
Can't hear you. Starlink be like, nah bro, it's almost weekend. I don't want to work. Face with tears of joy.
Can you hear me now? Yeah, cool. I think the sound must just cut out every once in a while, which is a weird thing. It might be from when I increase or decrease my volume, because it seems to do it whenever I change the volume on my sound, which is that makes no sense. So what's the plan? What's the plan? Should we have a plan here?
Do you think the same can be done on CFD accounts, or futures only getting 10% profit also watts?
You can do the same thing on anything, man. I just prefer futures. Why? Is because I know the levels so fucking well that, like, I entered here and here, and I got both fills on that funded account, right? Because I trade the NASDAQ is a universal, it's a centralized exchange with CME, right? With CFDs, it's not centralized, so the price feeds are slightly different. So because I've tuned in my trading so well, so accurately, it is critical for me to have the exact price feed across the board, okay? I would rather a harder challenge, which the futures are harder challenges because they're one step trailing, right? Because I need the price to be accurate, okay? If you don't need the price to be super accurate and you're okay, like not getting the best entry, right? Or you're okay not getting the exact price feed, right? Because you're going to have to enter at a kind of slightly not the best spot, you'll do better in CFDs. But the way I trade is based off of levels, right? So the levels are so important that futures is better for me. You know what I mean? Like, my entire strategy is based around candle bodies, right? So if those candle bodies are in different spots and I see a gain, right? So this might be a gain on the NASDAQ, but if I go to CFDs, it's not a gain, right? Then what do? You know what I mean? I can't have any ambiguity. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, my strategy doesn't work. I need to know for sure what's going to happen, right? But CFD prop firms are easier. They're much easier to get payouts. But your levels aren't as good. The fees to trade are also a little bit higher. Futures essentially doesn't really have fees because it's all centralized, right? So they don't need to charge as much because there's so much volume.
Hunter, when is your birthday?
June 26th, bro. What was your first setup back the... that's not a question. So literally DMC would work best on futures. For me, yes. You could do it differently elsewhere. I don't know. I have the best success on futures. What is CFD? Contract for difference. Generally refers to the forex space. CFD means that you have a contract between you and your broker, or a prop firm, I suppose. But technically, prop firms aren't CFDs. There's something different. But a CFD broker, basically, they have a contract with you that they will pay you for the difference of the price from entry to exit, okay? Or you will pay them, right? That's all it means. What was my first setup when I started trading? What do you mean I set up? Like trading office? When I first started trading? I first started trading inside my work computer after I graduated from the school I went to, BCIT. I went to for computer science, and I guess I was mining Bitcoin while in school, but after I graduated is when I started trading, and I was trading in my office, my work office, on Binance, trading Bitcoin. Bitcoin up or down? I don't know. Fucking hell. Let's see. I'm really cold, bro. It's difficult to do things monthly. I would not be a buyer here, is what I would tell you. That's the only thing, right? I'd tell you not. You would be wise not to buy yet and wait for this monthly to close. If the monthly fails, it's going down, right? If this weekly fails, which it's failing off that, see what I mean? That's a monthly level. The weekly failed the monthly, and they're trying to reject it again, right? So I would be a seller, depending on how the week closes, right? Which you get a couple days. So next week, if that fails, that level, I'd probably be a seller, take it back down. But I don't know. You don't know yet. You gotta wait for the close. Am I using one monitor? Yeah, it's a laptop, bro. I'm standing on the back of my Jeep, dude. Hunter had to switch to Twitch from YouTube so he recognizes you. Yeah, Kick or Twitch or YouTube or X, you can watch on all of them. I don't know who you are though, man. I'm sure you're lovely though. What's my win rate on DMC with Bitcoin? Not as good as the NASDAQ. Bitcoin is incredibly weird because it's so illiquid, but you can use DMC on the monthly and weekly and be good, right? I wouldn't go below the monthly and weekly with Bitcoin. Everything's crazy. And the issue with Bitcoin is, again, like I said, the levels on the CFD, the levels on the futures versus the Coinbase are way different, like incredibly different, that it makes it near impossible to trade. Because I trade on the futures market, right? But the actual price that things are based off of is Coinbase. Coinbase has the most volume, right? So you have the best levels on Coinbase, but you can see that like the level here for the monthly has already been hit at 15, but in the futures market at 115, it's like at 117 and it's only being hit now. So it's silly, right? Like it's way different. So monthly level was at 117 and it's way different. It's way different. It hit the monthly level last week on Coinbase, but it hit it this week on, you know what I mean? US 100 is the NASDAQ, correct? The CFD contract. That's replicating the NASDAQ. My thoughts on instant funding. Well, Maven offers instant funding, but the reality is, I'll tell you guys flat out, the 2-step is the best one. Everything else is for people who either want to try something different or have some sort of like issue with the multi-step challenges, right? So that their mental game messes with them, right? But the reality is the 2-step is the most profitable for traders by a large portion, okay? Make the 2K more affordable. No chance. It's already the cheapest thing in the industry. You guys ask for things that are retarded. I'll tell you that right now. Like, if I gave you cheaper challenges and easier rates and like fucking premium best raw spread, whatever, you know what I mean, like zero spread, I'd go under instantly, and then Maven would shut down, and then you guys would not get your payout, and then you would be upset, right? So like what Maven offers is the absolute limit of what is possible. Okay, the absolute limit without going into a risk of going under. We are the absolute cheapest firm, right? With pretty good rules, right? And like restrictions and whatnot. Like there's no crazy rules or anything. Okay, here again. Can you hear? Yeah, if anyone can't spend, yeah, if anyone can't spend like $15, you shouldn't be trading. You know, it's I say this often. I prefer the one step.
We can hear it's working perfectly.
Okay, yeah, cool. So the reality is you will make the most money on the two-step.
If Maven made a $1 challenge, people will ask for make a free challenge, so leave it grinning face with smiling eyes and sweat drop.
Exactly. So Maven has okay conditions, like spreads, you know what I mean? The only reason why people don't like the spreads is because other firms artificially lower their spreads to 0 or near 0 to make it look really great. But the reality is it's not really sustainable, so they have to create other rules in place that fuck you. Okay? So the spreads Maven have is like the same as what brokers have, right? But that's the standard spread, right? It's standardized across the broker space, basically, right? There's normal spreads for brokers. Now prop firms like to compete and be super aggressive, right? So they lower theirs and then add other things in to trick you. Right? There's no slippage. There's no slippage generally across brokers unless you're trading on the wrong time. Slippage isn't really a thing unless you're like doing something wrong. But if there's a scenario where you get slipped really bad for some reason, you should just talk to support, right? Unless you're doing something dumb. But if there's a technical issue, then support just reboot your account. But if you did something dumb like trading during rollover, then you're gonna get slipped because that's retarded. Any tips for a 17-year-old? Yeah, paper trade. Practice for a year. You shouldn't be trading at 17. Start at 18. It's illegal for firms to sell to you. How does a prop firm benefit from spreads? Fewer people pass, of course. You can't exploit the firm as well, right? You can't cheat
other firms
as well.
pay out mostly on risk interviews saying that you have violated our hidden rules face with tears of joy.
Other firms will do things like that, right? So when you lower spreads to 0, let's say 0 for example, one, it makes it very easy to exploit the conditions and do latency arbitrage or high frequency trading. It also makes it a lot easier to do reverse trading because there's no commission on either side, right? So you can just do a direct reverse trade with absolutely 0 risk, right? But essentially, as a prop firm, you want some people to pass, but most people to fail, right? That's the goal, right? Because that what a prop firm is a faster version of a broker. And what a broker does is basically move the funds from undisciplined traders to disciplined traders, okay? The whole goal of the market as a whole, brokers, the market, prop firms, anyone who offers you a service where you can trade, the whole mission is to send the money from people gambling to the people who are not gambling, okay? That's what a prop firm does. And that's what I morally believe that Maven does as well, right? But the thing is that I have to conduct a business in a manner that is honest, right? So I tell you all these facts straight to your face. This is the truth. 90% of traders lose money, right? And then of that, all of that funds go to the traders who are making money. So if you can be in control and disciplined and follow the rules, well, guess what? You get 10 times the money that people lose. And then there's the only other thing that's added in there is the business needs to operate. Okay, so you need to pay your employees. That's it. It's not like this money doesn't just go nowhere and be taken, right? It goes to the other traders that are actually profitable. And then it goes to the staff so that they can run the business. That's what a business is. And it's interesting that people don't really understand that about prop firms.
Is there a way to make profit from profitable traders in prop firm space?
Yes, but it's like one, it's like a 1 in a million thing, right? Like that's not the actual number. I could tell you the actual number. I don't think it's wise for me to tell you the actual number. I can't be completely 100% transparent with everything. But the number of traders who you will actually want to send to live markets is essentially zero, right? Because it's too high risk. But it is possible. I'll say it's possible. I'll say this. I am an incredibly good trader, and I know for sure that I would never be sent to live markets because of my trading style. It is too high risk. You know what I mean? Like I'm milking firms for money. They're not A-booking me. I know that. First funded firm founder that you can actually trust. Yeah, totally, bro. Let's see what's going on in the market.
What are the rules you follow to get consistent payouts?
What are the rules I follow? I trade DMC. And then I just churn accounts. There's not really like set rules.
That topic.
All good, bro. All good. All good. This is the only place, man. This is the only place in the entire world that the public is able to learn the absolute truth about how the market operates and how prop firms operate and how a trader operates, because I am all of those. I am all of those things, and I guess an influencer as well, but you don't need to know, what makes a good video, right? So it's not super important for you guys. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Trading Hive's A-book system and 1 minute payout system? I don't know what that means. 1 minute payout, great.
When is your
sure.
box coming out?
Maven is the founder of Fast Payouts. Okay, I love Fast Payouts, so that's great. If they can pay you for sure, always within a minute, that's awesome. That's a very reliable thing. If they actually do that, it would mean that I trust them a lot. Okay, the faster the payout, the more trusted the firm, because they're not making up bullshit. Okay, I've never heard of Trading Hive, so I probably wouldn't trust them there. And the fact that they say they A-book people means they're lying to you, okay? If any firm tells you ever that they are A-booking the clients, they're lying to you, okay? There are some traders who get A-booked, but to say that we A-book clients, like let's say they A-book one client, right? And then they say we A-book our clients, right? That's technically true, but they're lying to you and deceiving you, right? You know what I mean? So when you're saying we're A-booking the clients, they're implying something else, right? So they're trying to deceive you. And the goddamn truth is, if you A-book more than, like, if you A-booked 10% of your clients, you would go under instantly. You know what I mean? Like 10% is an insane number of clients to A-book. They're on Web3, so it's got Web3 doesn't mean anything. I've thought of that. I thought of that idea a while ago. Guess what? It's a fucking scam. Not a scam. It's a novelty, right? To say you're a Web3 prop firm doesn't mean anything. It just means it's verified by the blockchain. Well, guess what? So does our Bitcoin transactions too. What the fuck does web, like, it just means it's verified. It doesn't mean anything. It just means that the blockchain verified it instead of some other third-party entity. It literally means nothing, except it's a buzzword that makes you think, wow, this is new technology. Wow, that's pretty, whoa, holy shit, I should probably try that.
How to learn DMC.
Are you saying our brokers are not sending our to live markets? That is a different story, okay? Brokers act differently than prop firms. Brokers could send your funds to live markets. 99% of them don't, though. It's similar. It's similar. So what brokers do is they actually have an A book, B book, right? Where they will send some clients to the live markets, right? But you will be classified as B book by default, right? And then you'll have a dealing desk, which from A to B book and around and to different sections, right? So people will be monitoring your trading, and they'll be moving you around based off of your trading skill, basically, right? And your risk assessment, right? With prop firms, it's different, right? Because you are each order is an individual simulation, okay? So you will go through that quickly, right? So to run a dealing desk is much more difficult.
Making more easy money.
Right? It's a much more difficult thing when you keep creating new accounts.
Has his own prop in his region.
First of all, right?
Hunter, I am from India.
Oh my god.
YouTube and Instagram channel.
I didn't hear anything anyone just said because you all spammed it at once, okay? I do know one broker. Okay, so here's the thing. Brokers can make money off of the commissions, okay? Prop firms can't. So if I say that, you should understand that it is possible to A-book all of your clients on a broker. You could possibly A-book all of your clients on a broker, right? And then only make money off of the commissions, right? So let's say somebody deposits $1,000, they start trading on you, and you mirror everything to the market. You, as a broker, you will collect commissions, the $5, $5, $5, $5, right? But it is more profitable as the broker to not put you onto live markets and then just take that $1,000 and then bet against you, hoping that you lose it all, okay? And then what happens is, okay, if you start making money, okay, we'll put you on the live markets, right? So do you know what I mean? So it makes a lot more sense for a broker to do that because they can make money no matter what. You deposit the money in, now it's theirs. The difference with a prop firm is when you buy a prop firm challenge, the firm, Maven, for example, we don't make money off of the commissions because the money isn't real. You're trading a simulation, okay? So we only make money on the prop firm side when you get the order, right? You get the credit card payment, okay? Does that make sense? So if you mirror to live markets, it is all risk basically. It's because there is no profit unless the trader makes profit. So it makes basically near zero sense to put people on a book on a prop firm. Make sense? Do I have any trades going? I don't think so. 200. Okay, nice. Maven is the best prop
I am
firm.
From India, want to start YouTube and Instagram channel. Want to make first video up.
Will we get a demo account after passing the challenge? Obviously, yes. For a so here's the reality. If you randomly traded, right, like you'd have like a 25% chance to get funded. You know what I mean? If you just randomly pushed a button, that means 25% of people, you know, like in theory, will get to that funded stage or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just gonna give you like a number. Like, I don't remember the exact numbers and whatnot. I'm just throwing a number out there, right? Let's say 20-25% of people get funded by like kind of randomly pushing buttons. Okay. That means if you booked, if your funded accounts were actual real money, that means 20% of your people, hard, like absolutely idiotic idea to ever book a client on a
How
prop
much
firm.
amount of money do you think a trader can have to has his own prop firm website or his own?
Do I believe in Jesus? Yes, I believe Jesus was a person. So historical documents about him. It's like, do you believe in Genghis Khan? Of course. I probably wouldn't follow his teachings though in Genghis Khan though. No sound. One sec. Gotta pee. Good.
No sound.
Starlink really fucked up. I don't know, bro. I am streaming. And like, this is the best quality Starlink. Is sound back or what? I don't know why the sound cuts out from... It's weird.
Just get 60 frames per second out in the live stream config. It uses too much internet.
Just get 60 frames. I don't have 60 on, I don't think. Oh. Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. No sound still. Check, check. Ah. Ah. Check, check, check. I don't know, man. You can hear that. You can hear the sound, eh? Maybe it's just kick. Maybe I shouldn't stream to all the platforms. All good on YouTube. Interesting. Cool. Right. That's annoying. But Buddy that suggested the frames per second is a really good idea. I'm going to drop that for the next stream to 30.
Appreciate you, Hunter. You know you are being a part of our trading journey. Thank you.
Nice, yeah. Sounds
How
fine.
much amount of money do you think a trader can have to has his own prop firm website or his own?
To start a broker... okay, to start a broker, I think... does say moving, yeah. I think you can white label a broker for 25K. But if you want to get actual proper licensing for a broker, you're depending on where you're regulated. You're gonna need, like, depending on 100,000, million, 10 million, whatever it is for the regulation. It depends on the location. For a prop firm, there's no regulation, obviously, so you don't have to worry about that. Prop firm, the absolute minimum you would ever be able to start with at this point is about 10K. You would white label something. What's the news? There's no news, bro. Not this late in the day. There's no news. I think we're gonna call it a day there, though. Let's do one more giveaway and call it a week. Beautiful week. We're gonna go plus. Great week. I just told you, bro. To white label a prop firm, you'd probably need a minimum of 10K. Like, and 10K would be like the like 50% chance you just shut down immediately. If you wanted to start a prop firm, I would advise, to be safe, you would need 25K US, probably, yeah. Because your setup fees are probably going to cost you about 10K, right? And then you're going to want to have a buffer so that in case you don't have a certain amount of income quickly enough, and then you're going to need to pay for ads and whatnot. Passion. Congrats, bro. Open up a ticket in the Maven Discord. 5K one step. Oh man, my head hurts so bad. I might lie down some more. Oh, I might have a snack and lie down. Okay, see you guys. Have a good weekend.